Hello, and welcome to this week's episode of the Otafest podcast. It's just me and Angelo today. Jay's away, so we get to do all the fun stuff.
We have exiled Jay.
He'll just catch up when he comes back.
To Japan.
It'll be fine. We're not jealous that he's gone at all.
We're not at all jealous. I'm not at all jealous. I am not clutching my thighs in jealousy.
I'm definitely not crying missing Japan right now. But before we get into that, we have a guest announcement. Howard Wang is a voice actor and video game developer. Howard has lent his voice to Shi Lian in Heaven Official's Blessing, Langa Hasegawa in Skate the Infinity, Luca in Honkai Star Rail, Narciso Anasui in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Stone Ocean, Abel Walker in Mashal, Peleus in Fire Emblem Heroes, Tatsuya Himuro in Kuroko's Basketball, Vinsmoke Ichiji in One Piece, and so many more.
Howard is also a VTuber. He streams a variety of games under the name Dust Jinjue. As a video game developer, Howard got his degree in game design and worked as a VO audio designer in Valorant at Riot Games and Supervive at Theorycraft Games.
Ooh.
When all of the things mentioned above aren't keeping him busy, Howard enjoys cooking, whaling in gacha games, and trying to get his cat to love him.
Aww. We look forward to having him at Otafest 2026.
Yippee!
Can't wait. It'll be so much fun.
I am always so thrilled when we get VTuber guests, especially
I am thrilled
for,
when we get
VTuber
video game
and
developers.
Voice actor guests. And voice actors, oh my god. If you are hosting the voice actor panel again, you are going to have so much to ask him about.
Yes, I will ask him about his most frustrating QA experience.
Hey, Howard, what would you say was the worst library or technology you ever worked with?
Ooh, what was the most offensive tooling that you had to deal with when dealing with video game dev?
Did you ever get to take that printer out back and kick it?
What was it like working with a UX designer?
I mean, we know one of those too.
We do. Some of it runs in my blood, but not just me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm
Very
very excited to meet Howard Wang. Absolutely.
Me too. So excited.
Now, we're a little bit late to this, but did you have a happy Turkey Day?
I had 60% of a really good turkey day.
And then I tried to kill you.
And then you tried to kill me. You were psionically manipulated into hurting me.
Oh my god. We need to roll this back to explain the Nancy assassination attempt that took place on Thanksgiving just this last week. So. Dio and I decided that we wanted to have some Friendsgiving because we have a lot of friends here in the city who have family outside the city, or maybe they just don't do Thanksgiving otherwise, or for a variety of reasons.
Mm-hmm.
And I decided that, you know what, I want to invite Nancy and Sean over as well. I think this would be great. I think it would be a good time.
And it was 60% of the time.
The one thing that we have to understand is that there's some dietary restrictions.
And as any good host, Angelo and Dio made sure to collect the list of dietary restrictions because despite the fact that they are providing the mains for the meal, everyone else contributes by bringing other stuff.
Yeah.
So in order to be a good facilitator of an event that is a potluck, they collected all of the dietary restrictions and they told everyone who was coming what those restrictions were, which included an allergy that I have.
An allergy specifically for bell peppers.
And paprika, which most people do not know in North America. Paprika is just powdered bell pepper. It's powdered red bell pepper.
Yeah. I didn't know this until you told me.
I didn't know this till Sophie told me,
ago.
so thanks, Sophie.
Yeah. And so, very specifically, we were doing our best to try to avoid these types of seasonings, to avoid foods that were available. One thing that I really like to do, I like to make this really good cornbread stuffing that classically includes Italian sausage. Italian sausage classically includes some paprika in it. Now, it was really nice because one of our friends was also vegetarian, and so by removing the Italian sausage, I was able to remove to take two birds with one stone there. It would be something that Nancy could enjoy, and it could be something that our vegetarian friend could enjoy.
Indeed.
Now, this also meant that I had to change out the chicken stock for a vegetable stock. I didn't even think of that as a potential issue.
Oh.
When I was in the grocery store. That never even crossed my mind. I bring it home. I am pouring it into the stuffing, and I'm like, this is vegetables. Bell peppers are vegetables. What's in this? Celery, carrot, something, 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 something. Okay, no bell pepper so far. Spices. Asterisk.
Spices asterisk. My nemesis.
Now, as far as we can tell, we looked it up online. Nowhere in the ingredients list, nowhere in the recipes list does it mention paprika. So we kind of like, okay, this might be a concern item, but we might be okay. One of our friends also brings something over that uses a vegetable
McCormick
seasoning
grill
blend.
seasoning.
We look it up. That one also includes no paprika. We think we're safe. We have a wonderful dinner. We have some bird loaf. Jay's beloved bird loaf. After Jay turned me on to turkey loaf, I have never gone back.
Yeah, we don't need a whole turkey. Just turkey loaf is fine.
We had some ham. We
did.
Sweet potatoes.
Yep.
2 kinds of stuffing. There was cranberry sauce, wonderful cranberry sauce that Nancy made.
Made from scratch. Real cranberries went into this.
Potatoes, some roast potatoes and carrots. It was fantastic. It was a wonderful
spread
dinner. And halfway through, Nancy says, "Oh no,
I feel
something has
kind of sick. I think there might be something that was in the spices asterisk." And I immediately ask to go lie down on the couch because we're all sitting around the dining table at this point, and everybody files out to let me out, and I go and move towards the couch. And as I'm being escorted to the couch, Sean's eyes land on the charcuterie board that we were just enjoying before dinner.
the charcuterie board.
And says, "What's in the vegetable thins, guys?"
So we had 3 types of crackers on the charcuterie board. We had some wonderful Vinta crackers. We had some garlic Triscuits, and we had veggie thins. These are all crackers that we all love. I keep them in my house almost all the time because they're a good crunchy snack.
They are very good.
I grab the box of the veggie thins from the pantry. I immediately look at the ingredients list, and I'm reading, and I see it. Bell pepper. And I'm like, oh no, it has bell pepper.
On the front of the actual box was a picture of green bell peppers.
No. Oh.
And I just look helplessly at Angelo from the couch, and I'm just like, oh, that's why we don't buy vegetable thins.
Oh my God.
I think I ramped up from, hey, I don't feel so good, to I need to run to a bathroom immediately in about, I think the span of 20 minutes maybe.
Yeah.
It felt really long
quick
to me. It felt really long to me, but by all counts, the people who were present with me said that I think that probably took just over an hour from beginning to end of you feeling like bad sick, going to really, really bad, and then getting better.
It was really bad. I was worried we'd have to call 911.
So what happens after Nancy goes and lays down on the couch? Well, I think I make it about 5-10 minutes before I'm like, no, I gotta run to a bathroom. So I make it down the hall, and typically in the past, when I've been this kind of sick, you can only really hold it in for like until you get to a bathroom, because the second you're like, okay, I really have to basically eject everything I just ate.
No, I'm so sorry.
Everything I just ate. And so, bathroom. The time I spent in the bathroom, I couldn't tell you. I was not watching the clock. I didn't have anything on me that could have told me the time, but I was definitely focusing on just how sick I was and how much more sick I needed to still be in there for.
I
and then
was
afterwards,
with Sean in the living room.
Yeah?
Because he was obviously concerned. And I was just like, well, I need to be here in case we need to act. Mm-hmm. I think it was maybe 10 minutes before.
It couldn't have been. That felt so long. That felt interminable. It felt like I was emptying my insides for so long.
All I remember is that Sean turned around mid-conversation. He's like, and Nancy's on the floor. Let's go help her.
Yeah.
And what?
Yep. So Sean and Angelo enter the hallway, and I'm just sitting on the floor, trying my hardest to ignore everything happening around me and just trying to focus on feeling better. I don't know what position you found me in.
You were basically prone on the floor.
I thought I was sitting up. Oh my God.
Maybe you were. I can't remember.
Anyway, so
to bring things down, we let you rest on a bed. You needed to cool down, so we cracked a window open. It was nice and cool out.
Mm-hmm.
But
it took me a few minutes to be able to even get to the bed. I think on the floor, I vaguely remember begging someone for cold. And if you know me, I never ask for cold. I am never
I wasn't sure
so
what you
warm.
needed at first, so I poured a glass of ice water. And then I was like, oh, they're not drinking the ice water. They're just putting it against their forehead.
Mm-hmm.
So I grabbed a beanbag out of the freezer instead, and then we put that around your neck.
Yep, and that helped. That helped a lot because that brought the fever down a lot faster. I was feeling a little bit more human after a few minutes. And then we relocated me to the bed. And then after maybe 5 minutes after that, I was like, okay, I feel like a human again. I can go outside and be with my friends again.
Yeah.
But
Ooh.
I gave Angelo a pretty bad scare. I think Angelo was asking if we should be getting an ambulance at some point. Like a disembodied voice asked if I needed an ambulance.
Oh, yeah. No, I was 100% concerned. I was wondering if we were going to call 911 and Jay was going to answer.
That would have been a hell of a story.
Yeah.
To tell him.
But either way, like you said, it was from beginning to end about an hour.
It didn't feel like it.
I'm sure from your perspective, it must have felt like all night.
It felt like by the time I was better and I was able to get up off the bed and go see my friends again, it felt like it should have been 11 p.m. It was not. It was 7.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was bad. And when you have that kind of a reaction, it basically just feels like you're having instant food poisoning.
Yeah. It was, from an observer's perspective, I was terrified for you. Sean was obviously concerned, but you guys have been through this before, so he knew what to expect.
He did provide a very steadying hand of what to expect when Nancy experiences bell peppers, because he's at least seen me do this before, and he generally understands what I need when I ask for very vague sounding things. But the funny thing is that Angelo's apartment is very warm. Like, it's very cozy. I really like it in there because I generally like it warmer. So I'm always very comfortable there. But for the first time ever, I wished that you had a cold, depressing concrete floor for me to lay on. I wanted to lie down.
Unfortunately, we have in-floor heating.
Yeah, I wanted to lie
The floor is
down
the warmest part.
on a cold stone floor, like in a few seconds worth of time where it feels like it's only been a few minutes, but it was actually only like a second or two. I think I actually just yearned to be lying down on a sidewalk outside just so that I could feel better. It was the strangest thing to want, but that's how your brain works when you're sick and you're just completely off the charts bad.
I understand what you mean there. I get what you want, but yeah, there's nothing like that. Nothing like that here.
So I did recover. I was fine afterwards. We had a very lovely evening after. We had 2 types of pie and more conversation, and it was great. And Ilya came and snuggled up to me, and she was a very sweet, sweet girl.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to hydrate the next day. The next day, I felt so desiccated from the inside out because I lost so much liquid in like the span of an hour.
Well, this assassination attempt didn't go well. Maybe next year.
Yeah, assassin who psionically manipulated Angelo. Screw you and trying to poison me.
Oh my god. Like we were even good about being like, now these are Genoa salami. Make sure you don't touch those, but the prosciutto, go crazy on those.
Yeah, and
we didn't
it was
even
good
think of the goddamn veggie crackers.
Yep, nobody thought about the crackers. And like this is the weird thing that I've had to explain to people in the past. Paprika is in everything. Everything. About 70% of all chip flavors have either bell pepper or paprika or both in them. And it's to get that like red coloring that they really like in chips. So like I can't have jalapeno and cheddar chips anymore because it has paprika or bell pepper or some variant of the two in there. It sucks. I've had to give up
like
so many of my favorite chip flavors for this one thing.
Off the top of my head, salt and vinegar or dill pickle maybe chips.
Yep, those are safe. Those are good. There's that like newer like lime and black pepper or anything in black pepper. Those ones are usually pretty good too.
Okay.
But I can't even have Cool Ranch anymore. I can't have Cool Ranch.
Cool Ranch. Well, probably because they have the orangening flavors or agents in the goddamn Doritos. They're probably paprika.
I basically can't have Doritos.
I believe it. Yeah.
You know what I can have, though?
What's that?
Cheesies. I can have Canadian cheesies.
Oh, all right. That's fair. I haven't had cheesies in so long.
That is the one crunchy kind of snack that I can have. Because you know when you get like the Doritos snack mix bag, like the big one that's got like pretzels and Cheetos and like the smaller Dorito chips and like a bunch of things all mixed up together, the Munchies bag.
Yeah.
I can't have that because the Doritos have paprika, which means everything else that's touched it also has paprika on it.
It gets contaminated.
And I can't have things that have touched bell peppers even.
That is really rough.
And so, you know, Angelo's known that I've had this sensitivity for a long time, but that was probably your first time actually experiencing it.
There have been multiple times where I've been cooking and been like, I would love to make this for Nancy sometime, and then I'm realizing I'm using bell peppers. This would kill Nancy. Like, every now and then I think about it. I use bell peppers so much. They're such a good filler vegetable.
But that's what they are. They're a filler vegetable. They don't have a particularly strong flavor. They're there for visual appeal, and they're crunchy.
Exactly. Like, you can just leave them out.
For the most part, you can. Unless
it's paprika that's built into one of the ingredients you're using.
So the funny thing is the day before Turkey Day, I had dinner at my parents' house, and my parents forgot I couldn't have Montreal steak spice because not that long ago we discovered that Montreal steak spice has paprika in it.
Of course it does. Why wouldn't
And I didn't
it?
know this. I didn't know this at the time. But for years, I had been using it to season everything. It's great on potatoes, it's good on steak, it's good on chicken, it's great. It's a fantastic flavoring agent in many ways because it's got salt, pepper, and garlic, because of course it does. Those are fantastic and they belong on everything. But it also has bell pepper in it.
Yep.
And I didn't know this until Sean just happened to be snooping around in the seasoning spice cabinet the other, like a year ago, maybe, a year ago now, and looked through everything and decided we need to have a spice jail because Montreal steak spice has paprika in it. That's going in spice jail. But also, this is probably why you're sick every time we have steak at home. And I was like, oh no, it makes sense. It makes sense. But so a while ago we discovered I couldn't have Montreal steak spice. So I told my parents, I was like, hey, just so you know, I can't have that because it happens to have bell pepper in it. And the day before Turkey Day, the day that my socks betrayed me, that was the day I came home from my parents, and my parents had made steak and potatoes, both of which used liberal amounts of Montreal steak spice. So I couldn't have those. And bless my parents, they make amazing food. I don't expect everyone to remember what I can't have. So fine, Mom makes a ton of food anyway, so I can eat around it. I don't need to have the steak or the potatoes because I have a plethora of veggies and seafood that I can eat. Great. And then I came home and sprained my ankle horribly.
God, you really you were rolling unlimited ones that weekend.
That was a really rough weekend because not only did I fall on my ankle at a really weird angle and sprain it very, very badly, but I also got really sick at Friendsgiving, really sick. The kind of sick that I need to be away from everyone else to process through the pain and the poison first.
Yeah. Yeah, because it wasn't even... You had a lot of those crackers.
I did! They're tasty as all heck. They're so good, but, this is why I don't buy them. Speaking of rolling ones, though, you had a fantastic time playing D&D the other night, rolling zeros.
Yeah. So we were getting towards the end of a second one shot with all of our D&D characters, and honestly, I think all of us were just a little bit battle fatigued. I think I had 3 or 4 HP. Mm-hmm. I was trying to do some bullshit, and there was this dwarven cultist. So our party had found some cultist robes, some unused cultist robes. So I popped one on and tried to convince this dwarven cultist that they were so tired that they were seeing double of themselves and that they should go and just lie down for a nap. And I rolled a nat 1.
Yep.
But I have a -1 for persuasion.
Yeah.
So
you had a literal 0
I had
for that
a literal
charisma
0.
check.
And that wasn't the only one. The next roll, I don't even know what stat we were rolling against, was also a 0.
Charisma. I think it was also charisma because that's the one stat that you have that is -1.
I got insanely lucky earlier in the campaign. I had rolled 2 nat 20s and an 18 in a row. This dice was being extremely nice to me. And then it gave me the most insane bout of bad luck. Clearly I drained every bit of luck from it. And honestly, that's just so hilarious.
I feel like you really did just use up all of the 20s on that die because you weren't even rolling anywhere in the high end. It was just all single digit rolls.
1, 1, 2, 4, 0.
1.
Multiple people at the table were like, I had never seen someone roll 0 before. What do we do?
I actually have never seen that.
I'm surprised my character is alive. I feel like they should have died of cringe.
I've actually, in the years of D&D that I have played, and I am not an expert by any means, but in the years I've played, I've never seen someone roll a nat 1 that actually ended up being a 0 due to the -1 modifier on that stat. That was the first time I'd seen it, and it happened twice in the same night.
Yeah. It was just... It was a good heckin' chuckle. It was a good fun time.
Yeah. You definitely had, like, hands over your face, like, oh my god, what is happening right now? What is this BS? For a chunk of the night, you were just like, what is happening? And another really fun trend in stat rolling that I have seen in the last couple of sessions with this group. 1, our bard cannot fight. Rolls nat 1s in battle pretty consistently, but rolls really well outside of battle.
Yeah.
And that
Our
is in
boy
line.
Zhao is,
that is in line with Zhao. He a himbo.
He a himbo, and he don't fight. He's nonviolent.
He believes in nonviolence. Another really fun trend that I keep seeing is that no matter what fight we're in, there's always 2 of us that roll the same initiative, so we take our turns together.
Yeah, that was crazy. There were times where both of us rolled 19 on initiative.
Correct. But initiative, not in battle.
Exactly.
So there was a turn. There were 2 turns where I had the same. There were 2 fights where I had the same initiative as you.
Exactly.
There were 2 fights where I had the same initiative as Wolfram. And then I think there were also fights previously when we played at a board game cafe where Wolfram and Beard had the same initiatives, because I remember you 2 going together on some of the earlier fights we had with, like, the dragon fight and everything else.
It was kind of crazy how it would happen, but at the same time, because our turns were immediately after each other, it made certain synergies or certain layups a little bit easier.
Indeed.
Because we didn't have turns making us forget what we were doing in between them.
Indeed. And because my character's a rogue, she needs people to already be giving her advantage to go and sneak attack, stab things. And so what typically happens is other team members go up to the big bad, and my tiefling just comes around swinging.
Yeah. And when that happens, you'll easily just do triple whatever damage we just did.
But it's
insane.
Fun.
It's so fun.
So fun.
Big numbers.
I've never done so much damage.
It's great. Speaking of a lot of damage, Microsoft did a lot of damage just this week. So the end of Windows 10 is finally upon us. October 14th came and went. And if you are on Windows 10, you are no longer getting security updates.
You know, they've been threatening this for a while. I'm so shocked it finally happened.
They've been doing their best to make sure that people are prepared for it. Mm-hmm. And on one hand, I say that Microsoft gave enough warning.
Mm-hmm.
On the other hand, Windows 11 doesn't support anywhere near enough hardware. It is stupid how much hardware it officially does not support and will not install on. Mm-hmm. For example, while my PC is relatively new, the CPU in it is about 4 years old now. It had no issues. Mm-hmm. Dio's PC is a first-generation Ryzen PC. It has a Ryzen 1700 in it. And in Windows 11 will not install on that hardware.
Fantastic.
Dio is literally stuck on Windows 10 or install Linux with one exception. Dio's motherboard, and quite frankly, the CPU, all of the features that Windows 11 requires are available. If we buy a CPU that is one generation newer on eBay for $80, then we can upgrade Dio's PC to support Windows 11, no issue.
That's insane.
My
So you're gonna do it?
laptop is in the same boat where it doesn't support Windows 11.
Mm.
The i7 7700HQ is not supported by Windows 11. I believe the desktop version of those PCs, the i7 7700K, are supported. I'd have to double check that, but I'm salty about that. I'm actually salty about that. And maybe that's actually just going to give me the push that I need to go Linux only on my laptop. Obviously, I should replace my laptop. It's 8 years old, but I want to go to Japan.
Is this the same laptop that had a broken keyboard?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I fixed the keyboard.
Yeah, but
The
you could
base,
try
the,
Linux on it. It'd be
the
fun.
bottom plate is so broken because every time I opened it up, all the screws and tightening them back down, almost all of the screw holes are cracked or broken.
What?
And so the bottom shell is basically barely held on. Half of the screws actually have anything to bite into.
Oh my gosh.
It is an old laptop.
It's hanging on by a thread.
It is. And honestly, under Windows 10, it was starting to show its age. It was feeling slow and sluggish.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe it is time to give it that Linux treatment, and I'll report back maybe next week. Who knows?
Give it a nice little like Linux glow up. Give it a little
Yeah.
facelift.
Maybe that's the way.
Do you know what distro you're gonna use?
I'm feeling like if I'm going to do anything, it's probably going to be Bazite or CachyOS. Both of those are Arch-based.
Mm-hmm.
The main reason that I'm looking at those is I want a distro that has Steam improvements already built into it for Steam and Proton and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Because one of the very few things that is limiting me on my laptop is I need to be able to run VTube Studio so that when I'm working on my own model, I can then run and test the model.
Yeah.
Now, VTube Studio runs really well under Proton. Proton is Valve's own Windows abstraction layer to run games under Linux. VTube Studio will run under that. With one catch, you cannot do webcam tracking.
Oh.
The webcam stack in Linux is just so completely different from Windows that there is literally nothing that you can do to make webcams work. But network tracking works. I can use my cell phone as the tracker and then run that back through to the laptop. That would actually take a lot of the processing power off the laptop. So when I'm doing this and testing it, it would
That's what I
actually run
thought.
better.
Uh-huh. That's
The
good.
laptop is mostly just there for testing and productivity.
Mm-hmm.
So as long as I can test it, that's okay.
That'd be good. At least you need it to be functional
Exactly.
for your needs. Well, that'd
So
be good.
hopefully that's something that I can get rolling. So hopefully that's something that I can have some fun with. We'll see.
Well-
We will see.
You'll have to find some time to deal with that because you're also getting ready for Halloween.
I am. I'm going to a good friend's Halloween party right at the end of the month on November 1st, actually.
Mm-hmm.
And while obviously I'm going to a Halloween party, I'm going to wear a Halloween costume. This year I had a Halloween costume idea so good that I want to execute on it flawlessly. And so the Halloween costume idea that I had was Cowboy Miku.
Amazing. You can do
Yes.
that. You can do that very easily.
Well, here's the thing. We have a Miku wig. We have a Miku wig already. We have had one sitting in a box. We've used it multiple times. It's there. When I was at Fan Expo last year, I just, on a whim, I picked up a Miku poncho. I'm actively wearing it.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Okay, so I know y'all can't see it, but it is a glorious Miku poncho.
It's blue and green and a little bit yellow and brown. It's gorgeous. So I've got the cowboy boots. I've got the cowboy hat. Mm-hmm. I've got a Miku button-up shirt.
Ooh.
I've got one that I bought through a party. And so I needed some other accoutrement to really bring it together.
Okay.
So I went exactly where I thought that I could get cheap garbage. AliExpress.
Yes, classic shop.
And I was looking around. I was trying to get some ideas of what to do. I bought some plush leeks. I want to let you know, I legitimately considered buying some like tool holders for my belt, going to the grocery store and getting actual leeks.
You're assuming we can find them right now, but yeah, okay.
Yes. I didn't want to smell like an onion.
No.
So, honestly, the plush leeks from AliExpress were actually cheaper than a real leek.
Wow. I just had a leek delivered as part of my grocery box last week. It was really good, super sandy on the inside. So pro tip, if you are cooking with leek, you really got to watch out for all of the...
make sure that you wash them properly.
They're delicious, there's a lot of dirt and sand
They're dirty
hiding
plants.
in all of the different leaves. So make sure you clean them right. But man, that leek, it was tasty. But yeah,
nice.
You wouldn't be able to just have that on your person for a party because, first of all, it's going to get beat up really quickly. Second of all, it will start smelling a lot more the longer you have it out.
Exactly.
And third, leeks tend to get kind of weird and slimy the more you bruise them up.
Oh, I didn't even know that. Thank God I didn't just go with real leeks. So I bought some plush leeks. And for like $4, I got these little belt clips, these little steel belt clips. I'm going to glue some Velcro to the belt clips and then sew the corresponding Velcro onto the plush leek so that I can just have them Velcroed to my belts and I can pull them out like akimbo revolvers.
Oh my God.
Yeah. The next thing I did, I got myself a little bolo tie because, well, that just makes sense.
Yeah, gotta do the cowboy theme proper.
And while I was looking through them, I was like, well, a turquoise heart bolo tie kind of fits. That's kind of great.
Mm-hmm.
But then AliExpress, it recommended some enamel pins in the sidebar. There were some Miku enamel pins, and I was like, wait a minute. Can I do this? I ordered both. They're perfect. I am going to cut the bolo tie holder off of the back of the charm, and I'm going to either super glue or epoxy it to the back of the Miku enamel pin to make myself a Miku bolo tie.
Wow. That is cosplay 101 right here.
Yeah.
This is casual cosplay or like closet cosplay? Yeah, pretty much.
Honestly, considering the poncho and the wig were already in our closet, I think it does count as closet cosplay.
Yeah?
Yeah. The last thing I need to do, I need to go to Spirit Halloween or something and grab some teal hair dye, the spray-on hair dye.
Oh, for your
Now, here's the thing. Just the teal hair dye might be good enough. But what I might have to do to really get the color to shine through, I might have to get some white shoe polish and brush that into my beard first.
Oh, not the shoe polish. That stuff is so hard to wash out.
No, it's super easy.
What?
Yes, I've actually done this before.
Oh my God.
So pro tip, if you are a dark-haired person and you want those spray-on party anything to show through, if you need to lighten your hair for any type of temporary dye, white shoe polish is actually fantastic. Dab it onto a comb or brush or something and then brush it into your hair. Let it dry for about 10 minutes. And then you can spray on, do whatever you want. The last time I was doing it, I was actually being Old Man Joseph from the second season of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. And so I did the white, and then I sprayed on some silver.
I kind of want you to do more cosplay with like a white beard.
I just want my beard to turn white. There's like 4 or 5 hairs right now. I'm waiting for it to go 99%.
Yeah, that would work. Because when it goes white, now you can actually use like a hair chalk and like other stuff on it, and it'll stand out really brightly. So,
oh my god, that'd be so great.
So I have a really large patch of very white hair, and every now and again I'll run color conditioner through it, and it gives it this really lovely pop in just the right light. So you could do that for funsies, and it'd be so fun.
It would be.
Yeah.
But yeah, that white shoe polish, it comes out with soap and water. I
did not think shoe polish would just wash out. I just expected that because it's shoe polish.
Because it's white shoe polish. Black shoe polish stains. White shoe polish is basically just a flexible paint.
And it's not gonna get in the way when you're eating? Like, this is okay for you to have around your mouth?
It might.
You should be careful?
I'm not going to worry about it.
Okay.
I'm fairly certain I'm not allergic to it.
I mean,
I'm
allergy is one thing.
It's not made of bell peppers.
However, it can be toxic to creatures because it's a shoe polish.
I mean, yes. And that's really all I have. That's really all I can say. That's really all I can say. I might try with just the spray-on bullshit. What I'll really have to do is just make sure that my mustache is out of the way, that I'm not chewing on it throughout the night.
Please don't chew on white shoe polish, please.
It might be a problem.
That seems like a really bad idea. I mean, I don't know for sure. I've never done it, but it seems like a bad idea.
Yeah. But that's my Halloween plan so far.
Nice. I don't think I have Halloween plans.
Fair.
I didn't plan anything. I was just like, oh, it's Halloween. It's Friday. I'll just hunker down with some anime like I always do.
Hell yeah. Watch another or some other spoopy anime.
Yeah, you know what? There's a fair number of like weird spoopy anime that we could watch.
You could watch
some of them
Uzumaki.
I could watch Uzumaki, the first episode, which was really well reviewed by all three of us when it launched, and we did the first episode watch. And then Angelo very sorrowfully informed me that the remaining episodes were very much 30% of the quality we just saw.
Ooh, 30% might be generous.
Yeah, apparently. So anyway, that first episode, I'd watch it again. It was appropriately spoopy.
That first episode was art. It was so great. Good. It was so good. Proper creepy.
I think we've talked about watching oh crud, I don't remember the name of it now. But it is about weird supernatural stuff. Speaking of other weird supernatural stuff, I think Bunny Girl, I got to catch up on Bunny Girl a bit. Okay. I think this is the last thing that they are making. They have completed the full adaptation of Bunny Girl.
Oh, really?
So we could probably, I think so. And we can watch that. It might be spoopy, it might not be. We'll see. Terror in Resonance, maybe?
Oh, I didn't watch all of that. I think I watched like 4 or 5 episodes and then just forgot about it.
Yeah. Well, there's that. There's a very long backlog of things that we could be watching.
Yeah.
But you know what? I recently, for an early birthday thing, We went to something not spoopy, but more artistic. We went to Cirque du Soleil is in town and has been for a while now. Their show Echo was really cool looking in like a lot of the billboard posters you see, because, you know, it's Cirque, so a lot of their posters are very artistic. But I didn't know what it was about, which is fine. I enjoy going into shows and musicals and television shows. I like going into those with mostly no knowledge of what's supposed to happen or who's in it or anything like that. Okay. So we went to go watch Echo a couple days ago, and it was really, really good. The visual spectacle was really cool. They did something really neat and interesting and different with their big, like, centerpiece. You know how a lot of Cirque shows have one really cool centerpiece? This one was a giant cube.
Oh.
And they had a lot of really good projection tech mapped onto it that made it look like a whole lot of things that it wasn't. So I really, really enjoyed that. They did stuff in the cube, outside of the cube. They did a lot of really cool music and like new aerial stuff that I don't get to see very often. It was really good. But my favorite thing about the whole thing was the soundtrack. They had literal tiefling bards walking around the whole stage, singing, playing violin, and playing their instruments. And it was so freaking cool.
That's amazing.
It was properly ethereal. The music was gorgeous. And they did something new that I don't often see. Normally, at the end of the show, all the different sets of actors and performers come out and people give them a standing ovation. Yeah. But at the end, after all the actors and performers had come out, they invited all of the crew. So all of the people who are dressed in black, the people who move the set pieces, who set up the stage for each and every performance, they came out and they got a thunderous applause, and it was so good to see. And it was great. Like, yes, I'm used to seeing the actors get applauded. I'm used to seeing the musicians get to come out and they get applauded. Oftentimes you don't get to see the musicians because they're kind of off in a corner. You don't get to see them. But because this time it was like, you had tiefling bards kind of moving around on the stage performing, and there were still musicians who were performing in the back, because there's a lot of heavy instruments that you wouldn't necessarily carry around with you and walk while you're performing. So there were musicians that were on stage more, and then musicians in the back more, and all of them got applause. And yeah, that usually happens at a musical, for example. Sometimes the orchestra gets the lights turned on for them and everybody applauds the orchestra for playing for the show. But seeing the actual crew get to come out and get recognition, that made my heart so full. And it made me so happy. Even the people who were running the spotlights in the top, in the rafters, even they got a lot of applause, and it was really nice.
That's great. A lot of the people who work the background or in the shadows or all of these for massive productions like that always deserve so much appreciation for their work.
Yeah. It was great. Yeah. Fantastic show. I highly recommend while they're still here. I think they're nearing the end of their time here. Highly recommend. Please go and watch it. You can probably grab some cheaper seats, but be mindful. Me as a short person, I had a hard time at this show because I was trying to see through someone's head for the majority of the show until they moved. They moved into unoccupied seats after intermission, and then I was like, unobstructed view. This is nice.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
You're blessed.
I got lucky.
You did.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's wonderful. It sounds like you had a wonderful early birthday. I hope you enjoy your birthday proper.
I will.
On this coming Monday.
Indeed.
2 days before this even aired. Yippee.
But the nice thing is that I'll get to do hot pot with friends for my birthday.
Yeah. Yeah, we're excited. I'm
Very
excited to bring you to hot pot.
Mm-hmm,
and then karaoke.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have a lot to talk about next time.
Indeed. possibly with Angelo having fried vocal cords after belting a metal number for karaoke. We'll see.
We'll see. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.